Welcome, baby Dumbo. We're all family here, no matter how small.
Can we talk about the elephant in the room?
You did not.
I did. How
You're
many
the first
people
person
have
to
done
do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
Somebody
my God.
referred
Ding, ding,
to.
ding.
Somebody was asking me earlier. Did anyone on the set say, "Can we joke about the elephant in the room?" But you're the first person to actually come in and have the gall
Do I
to
get the
actually
gold star?
say, "Can we talk about the elephant in the room?"
That's me, I'm
And I
cheesy.
feel we should eventually,
Should we?
at some stage,
'Cause there's an
in our
elephant over
4
your
minutes,
shoulder.
talk about the elephant in the room.
Yeah, there is
There's
one over
two
your
of them.
shoulder. Yeah. So do I know this right about you, that you were a huge Tim Burton fan and Edward Scissorhands was like one of your, because it's one of my
Yeah.
all-time favorite movies.
Oh. And it's, my youngest son's favourite film as well.
Really?
Yeah.
So it spans generations.
Yeah, apparently.
Do you have a favorite scene?
It's been a long time since I've seen it,
Yeah.
no.
Edward?
Oh.
It just breaks my heart.
Oh, she's so beautiful as
Yeah,
well.
she's amazing. So one of the premises of this movie is the fact that the ears make Dumbo stand out, and he's ridiculed for it in the beginning.
Yeah.
But it becomes the thing that makes him special and unique. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's sort of like Hollywood. You come to Hollywood, you want to be like everybody else growing up, and then what makes you different, what makes you stand out? Was there anything that made you self-conscious
Yeah.
that ended up being your thing?
Me?
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah. But I look, we seem to be quite often stuck between this desire to be special and this desire to fit in.
Yeah.
And they don't have to be mutually exclusive at all. Both things can quite gladly happen simultaneously, because, not to be too twee, but I do believe everyone is special and everyone does have a particular set of skills or virtues, and not everyone gets to find what those are or explore what they are, and that's usually as a result of an oppressive world, however that may present itself with family or schooling or whatever, the workplace. And this is a film that explores the idea that difference, however extreme it may present itself to be, is something to be celebrated and included and invited into the human experience, or the pachydermic experience, and not something to be shunned or excluded or treated cruelly.
I'm going to make another elephant reference, and that is elephants never forget. That's another well-known saying. Is there what is a memory that you'll never forget taken from this film?
A memory of this film that I'll never forget. I loved working with Tim. Just certain, it'd be boring now, just certain images of him on the set I can remember very clearly.
Looking over and seeing Tim
Just
Burton there.
watching him figure stuff out and mull over stuff and walk around pace, and he was just so beautifully engaged, and oftentimes looked perturbed by the whole process, but
Wow.
so beautiful to be around, and he's such a gorgeous man, and such an incredible imagination.
Yeah.
I mean, there's this picture that I don't know if I found it or someone sent it to me, and it's him when he's a kid in a Halloween costume. Did you ever see it? And it's
No.
Jack Skellington.
No way.
Yeah, and he's about 9 or
Wow.
10, and it's a prototype for Jack
Wow.
Skellington. And I just thought, he's been dreaming this dream since then. I don't know, I never asked him, but I don't need to know, but he's been dreaming some version of this creative, otherworldly dream since then, or expressing, I don't know if he's expressing his own sense of isolation at times or what it is, but he certainly has a keen interest in what is deemed as the other, the outsider.
Yeah. Amazing. Is it true, there's a line in the movie that in show business you should always have a rabbit in your hat or a trick up your sleeve?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a trick up your sleeve?
Not
when you're-
yet, but there's always tomorrow. I hope one of these days I'll get craftier.
That could be the elephant in the room. that
Yeah.
we're talking
You
about.
just exposed me. Just having nothing new to
You
offer.
have nothing.
Just
You have
exposed me as
nothing
having
behind.
nothing new to offer.
You have something very rare. You have wonder. You have mystique. You have magic. Wow! Come with me. Together, we can soar on an elephant's wings.
Nice to see you. Can we talk about the elephant in the
Sure.
room?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do
It's
it.
the only time
Isn't that
you can.
amazing? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you talk about the elephant.
Can you wiggle your ears? I'm going to ask. I was hoping somebody in the cast could do
I
it.
can't wiggle my ears.
Well, there's a saying in the movie about how everybody's got to have a rabbit up their sleeve or in their hat. Do you have
monkey
one?
in a drawer.
And monkey in
Yeah,
the
I
drawer?
do. I have a monkey in my drawer.
What's yours?
Well, I can't show you yet because,
Oh.
that's...
Well, didn't a monkey bite you on the set of
I'm Batman.
Batman? Yeah.
Bit me in the. It's not a good spot. Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Did Tim do
we
this
had,
to you?
We had
Yeah.
no. There were only, I think there were 7 dogs and 1 snake on this movie on Dumbo.
Yeah.
Everything else was CG and
Yeah, there was
there's
no
other-
elephant in the room.
No elephant at all. It was just a big green kind of like thing that you watched. But the big thing about the doggies on the set, I hung out with them a little bit. They were really cute, but I didn't go near the snake.
You know, the theme of this movie is that Dumbo, what makes him different, ends up making him special and wonderful.
Exactly.
And did you have anything that you felt...
Are you kidding me? You mean, did I have anything that I
yeah.
felt different than
Yeah.
other people?
And how did you work
Absolutely.
How did you work it to your advantage? And how did you...
Well, the
how
thing
did you
about
own
it is that I always felt a little bit like kind of odd walking into a room. I was always a little rough around the edges. I was 5 feet tall. I was like, you know, in the wintertime, you know, if I walked in a room, you might think there was like some kind of like, you know, kind of mysterious, like maybe Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde walking in. You know, Mr. Hyde was walking in. You know, it was like very, very, you know, kind of like I was always skirt into the background, you know, just try to be unnoticed. And then I found my feather.
You did find your feather.
I did. My feather is my acting.
Yeah.
That's what got me up in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
I know you went to beauty school and you wore a mask in this
Mm-hmm.
movie. I love that you embraced the mask. So you're back with Tim and you're back with Michael for the first time since the 90s.
That's right.
And
Well,
one
we-
saying about...
Batman Returns
and
with
this
the
is-
3 of us.
Yeah.
I did Johnny Dangerously with Michael before I met Tim. And then, you know, and then a couple more movies with Tim.
So if elephants never forget, what will you never forget about this experience?
Oh, it's all the movies that you do, you have like little tidbits like that you remember. But these are guys who are my friends. And now I have Colin as my buddy and Eva Green and all the, you know, everybody in the movie we were a family. Circus is like that. Dumbo is like that. Dumbo is a family thing. Dumbo's a family feeling.
Your children need you to believe in them.
You can do it, Dumbo. Show 'em. Fly, Dumbo.
So I'm making a joke with everybody today. Do you want to talk about the elephant in the room?
The elephant in the room. Yes, I would love to talk about the elephant in the room.
But there wasn't actually an elephant in the room when you were filming, right?
There were things that were supposed to be Dumbo.
Right.
Like you had a cross sometimes, a tennis ball, a man in a green suit,
No way.
a buck, and Tim Burton sometimes.
Was he really?
Sometimes, yeah. He loves being Dumbo. He's completely identified with Dumbo. Yeah, he was in it.
Wow. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. I
yeah.
love it. So your trapeze and all your flying through the air, what did that actually look like for you on the day? Like, what are you sitting on? Is there wind
I
machines?
trained. I mean, I really trained.
Yeah.
So it was real. It was.
Yeah.
It was,
Were you ever a dancer?
If I was a dancer?
Yeah.
No.
You weren't, because it looked
No.
like you were. Just your...
I trained with, like this
Yeah.
aerialist, and she's from ballet background, so she kind
Okay.
of helped me to find some gestures, but it was very intense to do some stuff up there. It's the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life.
Really? Because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
read that you hated auditioning at one point, that you used to get nervous. Is that true? Or
Oh yeah,
no?
auditioning. Oh yeah.
So what was
Horrific.
worse, that or the... what was
And now that I'm
scarier?
thinking about it, it's kind of equal.
Really?
yeah.
The heights.
The heights auditioning, I don't know. Similar horror.
Wow. Wow. How long did you train for?
I trained for 2 or 3 months. So, but the
Wow.
people were just amazing. The circus people, they love it so much. It's contagious,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to disappoint them. You know, they put so much. You know, they give you courage and confidence, and they really want you to take
yeah.
off.
So
And
if you were in the
it's-
circus, what would be your like fanciest trick that you could do?
I mean, now the thing that I prefer is to be on this kind of swing and do kind of things upside down and flips. I kind of know how to do that, which is I surprise myself.
That's a major skill, because in the movie there's this line that says you should always have a rabbit in your hat in show business, like you should always have a trick.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be your?
My new career.
Would that be a trick, or do you have any?
No.
Can you wiggle your ears?
No.
I'm asking everybody today. Jack Black can do it really well. He can, yeah.
I think you have to be born this way.
I
though.
think you
have
do.
to go.
I think you do.
No.
Was there, because Dumbo is, what made him special at the end of the day was that he was different and that he had these ears. And I think this is one of those businesses. Hollywood is one of those businesses where probably growing up, a lot of us want to fit in. And then when we come to Hollywood, the whole thing is, how do you stand out? Was there something that made you self-conscious ever, that you got teased about, that became something that you turned into an asset?
God, it's hard. I mean, it's a hard one because I think you have to be individual. I mean, as an actor, otherwise they could hire somebody else. You want to be a bit different, and it is quite paradoxical because I'm an actor, but I'm also very shy. So it's kind of like a difficult thing to kind of sell yourself, and to, it is quite a strange thing. I mean, I have to go to a therapist for that, but it's just I embraced my shyness, and I'm. Here I am talking to you, and it's you're very proud of yourself when you overcome your fears.
Yeah. Do you feel like when you act, do you lose yourself in it, or do you still feel that sometimes? Do you still feel the shyness coming in, or is that your sort of is that your way of feeling free?
I think when I'm on set and when I've done enough homework, I kind of, in character, I'm not shy. I kind of channel everything in my character, but it's more, in social life, actually, that I sometimes struggle with it. I got better at it through the years, but, that, for years, it was a handicap for me. But, this is who I am. I'm not going to be loud.
Right.
And, it's not me. I just, that's it.
Wow. And that's your ears. Those are your ears.
Those are my ears.